Hello and welcome. My name is Miss Foxy by proxy, but you can call me Foxy. All my friends do, so you should too. Welcome to my channel, or welcome back. I'm going to get right to the point. Today, I'm going to bring you my top 5 video games to keep you on your toes. Now, if you're not new to this channel, then you know I already have like a type when it comes to games, movies, shows. I kind of like them creepy. I do. I like them a little creepy, a little bit of thriller, a little bit of fear. So if you're anything like me, you're looking for something to maybe keep you glued to the screen or on the edge of your seat, or like I said, keep you on your toes. Maybe these games will be exactly what you need. And my favorite detail about our first 3 games, and that they all have in common, is that they are co-op games. Yes, I said it. Co-op. Yes. So not only can you play by yourself, but you can enjoy it with somebody else. You have the option to either play in the same room, couch co-op, or platform to platform. Now I will say they are not cross-platform. So if you have a PlayStation and somebody has a PC, you cannot play together. But if you both have a PC, you both have a PlayStation, then you can play together. And I believe it is playable on PC, Xbox, and PlayStation. But remember, you have to have the same thing if you want to play together. Alright, so let's just get right into it. First up, we have the Quarry. Now this is brought to us by the devs at Supermassive Games and is described by Wikipedia as an interactive drama horror game. And I would say I have to agree with that. It is, number 1, definitely interactive. Number 2, definitely has some drama. Number 3, I would for sure consider it a horror. And number 4, it's damn sure a game. So, to put it simply, there are 9 playable characters. You have the opportunity to either help them survive or to watch them die. And any decision that you make interacts with their lives, their relationships, and how the game ends. In a brief synopsis, without giving anything away, this game is about a few camp counselors that get trapped at a summer camp after an incident, and you have to help them escape. That's the long and the short of it. The Quarry was released in June of 2022, so it's not a very old game, so you know the graphics are there. Also, it's done by Supermassive, so the graphics are there. The storyline is there. It's so fun. It's funny. It's quirky. It's spooky. It's bloody. It's gory. It's fun. Period. It's fun. Period. One thing that I loved about the Quarry is that the actors that they chose, everybody looks a bit familiar to me, but there's one person in particular that actually drew me to the game, and that is the actress Brenda Song. She was around for my childhood on the Disney Channel, and it really makes me happy to see someone. You get that nostalgia, you know what I mean? It gives me that nostalgia just seeing her face again, and in such a cool game, in such a cool scenario. That's something that I really enjoy. And speaking of Supermassive Games, that brings us to number 2 and 3. The Dark Pictures, The Man of Medan, and Little Hope. The first up, coming in at number 2, is Man of Medan. This is the first game to be released for the Dark Pictures series. Wikipedia states, the Dark Pictures Anthology is an anthology series of interactive drama and survival horror video games, and is developed by, once again, Supermassive Games. This anthology series is planned to consist of 8 games. Each game is to be inspired by a different horror genre. Now, I have only played 2 out of the 8 games, and I don't believe all 8 have been released. So far, there is Man of Medan, which is number 2. Little Hope, which is number 3 on our list. Then we have House of Ashes, The Devil in Me, and then there's a VR game called Switchback. I didn't even know that. So if I could quickly describe Man of Medan, I would describe it as like a treasure hunt mixed with that that movie Ghost Ship. Y'all remember? I don't have to look this up. I think it came out like in the early 2000s. It was on HBO all the time. I don't want to say too much and give away some of the plot of the game, but if you are familiar with Ghost Ship and then put a treasure hunt mixed within that, that's the Man of Medan. All right, next up at number 3, we have Little Hope, also by the Dark Pictures. This one came out in 2020. I don't think I said it, but Man of Medan came out in 2019, so this is just a year later. This is our second installment from the Dark Pictures series. This one, this one is hard for me to like describe, but I'll say that like Little Hope. So these people get lost in a town called Little Hope, and they have to find their way out. I want to say the genre that they go with for the horror, this one is witchcraft. We'll say witchcraft goes along with this one. Let me say, this one is a mind fuck. I really enjoyed it. I really enjoyed Little Hope. I want to say, like, out of the Dark Picture series that I have played, and I have only played 2 of the games. I do have House of Ashes, but I have yet to have played that, but that is next on my list. But Little Hope is my favorite so far. I think that might be like my favorite out of these 5. Is Little Hope my favorite? I think Little Hope might be my favorite. Okay, and now to wrap up our list of 5, I have coming in at number 4 and 5, The Walking Dead Seasons 1 and 2. The Walking Dead Season 1 consists of 5 chapters and a DLC. The DLC is entitled 400 Days. I also played both. I played both of those. I do also suggest the DLC if you played the Season 1. And the DLC, when you move to Season 2, is that information is also transferred to Season 2, which I think is really cool. So in The Walking Dead Season 1, you follow our main character, Lee, and our second main character, Clementine, as they pretty much just survive the very beginning of the zombie apocalypse outbreak. Each of those characters start out as complete strangers and then later have to realize they have to rely on each other to get through. It's a very heartfelt game. You have to make a lot of decisions that are very hard to make, and you have to make a lot of them. But it's a lot of fun. 10 out of 10 would recommend. So much so that I say you should play The Walking Dead Season 2. And without giving too much away, I'll just say Season 2 is just an extension of Season 1. They do take your information from Season 1 and DLC if you played it and compile it into your choices for Season 2. Let me just say, there's so many different ways that this game can be played. I don't want to say anything because it's gonna tell you the fucking story. But in Season 2, some people come back that you thought were dead. And yeah, it's just, I stand by it. I just stand by these games. This is my list of games, and I stand by it. And with that being said, we will wrap up. That is my top 5 games to keep you on your toes. And these are just out of the games that I have played so far. These are the games that I'm into right now, and I really enjoy them, so I hope you do too. Once again, my name is Miss Foxy by Proxy. Don't forget, you can call me Foxy. All my friends do, so you should too. If you enjoyed any of these games, if you played any of these games, or if you didn't like any of these games, just let me know down below. I'd love to talk about it, or I'd love to hear your opinions, especially if you did enjoy them. That would make me happy. So don't forget, like, comment, share, subscribe, do all that stuff. I just want to thank you for watching. Thank you for being here, and I hope to see you in the next video. All right, guys? Peace.